I'm a voice in Okaloosa County. 8 months ago, I lost my job. I let my cable and internet go to save money, so I used the public library to file my unemployment. Sometimes that process is hard, and I ask the librarians for help. But yesterday, one of them showed me a website that'll help me improve my resume, so I'm going back tomorrow to apply for more jobs online. Libraries are essential to me. I'm a voice in Okaloosa County. We live on base and my husband is deployed, and when the base library closed, I didn't know what we'd do. But the public libraries outside the gate have been so welcoming, and we're making new friends and feel like we're part of the community. My 6-year-old is learning to read. He reads more books than I could ever afford to buy. The library is important to us financially and socially. Libraries are essential. I'm a voice in Okaloosa County. I live in the North County and I work long hours. I didn't think I'd ever use a library. But there's a machine in Baker where I can check out books and movies any hour of the day, even at midnight when I'm on the way home from work. Libraries are there when I need them. Libraries are essential. I'm a voice in Okaloosa County. I had an idea for a new business, but I didn't really know how to get started. I went to the public library, and they spent 2 days helping me research and put together a business plan and a presentation for the bank. Libraries are essential to me. I'm a voice in Okaloosa County. I don't drive anymore, so my neighbor takes me to the library, and they have volunteer groups there to help people like me. There's one that helps me file my health insurance paperwork, one that got me a free phone because of my hearing loss, and another will file my income taxes for free. Where would I find those services if they weren't all at the library? Libraries are essential to me. I'm a voice in Okaloosa County. I'm working on an online degree program, so the public library is now my college library. I use their wireless internet to write my papers and do research. I use the quiet study rooms, and when I need to take an exam, a librarian can proctor it for me. How would I put that together on my own? Libraries are essential to me. I'm a voice in Okaloosa County. I retired here because it's a good place to live. But living on my investments means I want to be careful with my money. I appreciate the free cultural, artistic, and music programs that libraries provide. And I know that investing in libraries is good financial sense because every dollar spent on libraries returns over $6 in value. I didn't have to buy a book for $28 and read it just one time. Libraries make good sense for my money. Libraries are essential to me. So I'm Vicky Stever, and I'm the voice of the Okaloosa County Public Library Cooperative. And this morning, I'm also the voice of over 70,000 people with library cards. That's 37% of the county's population. The Library Cooperative is a very successful 16-year model of interlocal cooperation that benefits the entire county. We have 6 member cities, and we have representatives from those libraries here today, if you all would please stand, in Crestview, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Mary Esther, Niceville, and Valparaiso. And they provide library services to all county residents, regardless of their address. The county itself doesn't have any library facilities. Thank you. To compensate these cities for the additional costs of serving that population that is much, much larger than their own, 80% of the funds provided by the Commission pass directly through to the libraries, and that remaining 20% pays for the shared services and the administrative functions of the cooperative office. Last year, the cooperative's major accomplishments included a successful grant that brought the first library lending machine to the Panhandle. We expanded into downloadable e-books to meet the needs of modern readers. We have a huge increase in program attendance and partnerships that are providing essential services, both social and government, inside the library, from applying to for food stamps, filing for unemployment, income tax preparation, and voting. This commission has indicated that their primary concern lies with the county's infrastructure, and I couldn't agree more. But in addition to that physical infrastructure of roads, utilities, and stormwater, the residents of Okaloosa County have a need and a right to an information infrastructure that will equip them to participate in modern workplaces and in modern democracy. Libraries provide that information infrastructure. Libraries are community technology hubs. They facilitate real learning and equip people with 21st century digital skill sets. And libraries provide access to information, literacy, and technology that's open to everyone, regardless of their income, their age, or their education. Our member libraries are functioning as models of lean processes and efficiencies, but the cooperative faces some extreme challenges in continuing to deliver those essential services. In the 5 years between fiscal 08 and 12, the library cooperative suffered a 59% decrease in funding from the Commission. That's $769,000. And last year it was cut an additional 4%. There's a library crisis already without any additional cuts. Higher costs are negatively impacting both the administrative office and the library facilities. In the cooperative office, we've left a position unfilled for over a year in order to start building back those critical reserves that were completely wiped out in fiscal 12. Having an unfilled position means a department of 1, where once there were 3. The member libraries, when they came into the cooperative, committed to serving that larger population by building new facilities or expanding and remodeling the ones they had, and they were relying upon support from the county to help take care of those facilities. Instead, that support spirals downward, while the costs of utilities and maintenance for those larger facilities, the costs of personnel, of materials, of computers, rises every year. About half the usage of libraries in the county comes from unincorporated county residents, but the county's payment to the cities accounts for about 10 to 25% of each library's budget. Additionally, software maintenance fees have increased 43% over the last 5 years, and in fiscal 14, those licenses are going to cost us over $31,000. We have a challenge to sustain and grow an e-book service. 3 of the cities have taken on that additional burden of paying the annual licensing fee because the cooperative office cannot pay it, that $15,000. The service is incredibly popular and it is robust despite its small size. At this time, we only have 1,500 titles, but they've gone out over 9,000 times in the last year. So that's the good news. And the bad news is that as of yesterday, there were 2,100 outstanding reserves in that system. So the supply is far, far, far below the demand. We have got to catch up with technology. The backbone of our library operations is that expensive specialized software, and it's sitting right now on 2 aging servers. They're out of warranty, and we don't have a backup server. If we have a failure there, it shuts down library operations across the county. The cost to replace those servers is about $10,000 each. We have chronic repair issues with old computers that waste everyone's time, and we're not able to take advantage of all the functionality of that expensive software because we are so far behind in our operating systems. And we need more bandwidth. More users and more online services are maxing out our capacity. Libraries are experiencing slowdowns in connectivity. We need more bandwidth in those facilities to meet today's demand and tomorrow's growth. We have more users who need more intensive service. The county population, which is our service population, is growing, an estimated 10,000 people over the past 3 years. We have an influx of military families due to the closure of the Eglin-based library. And the Affordable Care Act, which takes effect October 1st, is going to drive many people to libraries because information about the new health care plans is online, and applications are made online. It's reasonable to expect that many of the people who are going to need those new health plans don't have home internet. Library staff are already taking training to prepare themselves to assist these folks in a very complex process that no one yet truly understands. And as all levels of government increasingly rely on that internet-based activity and interaction and service, maintaining access to online systems, to computer training, and to assistance from library staff is going to be more important and consume a greater portion of all the library's resources. You have before you a budget document with those impressive performance measures that show the wide use of library services, but those numbers only start to tell the story. It's the voices of our neighbors and constituents that provide that context for the importance of essential library services in their lives. So those are the faces of Okaloosa County, and libraries are essential to them.